Hello. Today's Tuesday, November 20th, 2012. The reason for this whole subject is going to be actually about so far all the books have come out. As you can tell right here, which I'm going to aim it, you have, which are the original book, which is this one right here, Jake Hollow Guide on How to Persuade Women. Originally, the cover you see here, which is on the revised, was the original cover. The only thing I did was the revised edition. So what I decided was to create a different cover, even though that one, the revised version is actually the original cover. I decided to make a brand new cover with the first book that actually was released as a PDF, which was selling for $47, just as a PDF only, which did amazingly well. And then I decided to produce it as a paperback at a lower cost, at a lower price, retail price, which is $24.95. And you can see the thickness of it. It's a great book. The difference between the revised and this one is that the revised, what it does is this one I had it edited by my ex-wife, while the other one is more on a man's point of view. They're both the same book, just added things to it. There's some things that was taken off on this one that was on this book, that was added on this one. So this one is more the view for a man to read, and this one is more view for women. And the one for the women, I made it for a lower cost of $19.95. I'll be honest, starting January 2013, I am going to be raising both those books to a much higher price, not because it's doing well, just because I don't want to devalue it. The only reason why I left it at a low price was to give you people a chance to read it before the price goes up. Also, another thing I want to mention to you people, which is very, very important, is that there is another book from the Jake Hollow book, which I did write back in 2007, 2008, which was part of this one that said to cut up, which is called How to Deal with Emotions in the Life of a Motivational Speaker. So I'm just going to show you just on the computer so you get the idea what it looks like there. Okay, and going back to what I was talking to before on the Jake Hollow, also what we had is right here, as you can see, is a Jake Hollow guide, which is called Guide on How to Persuade Women. This one was, where you see, it has both the covers of both the books, which is exclusive to Montreal only. This copy was only exclusive, only the Montreal Con. I only made 50 prints only of this book. Right now, I probably have about maybe nine left that I have at home with different numbers. Look at they're numbered. If you look at the back right here, numbered, and then I sign it. I haven't signed this one yet, but I do sign it to I sell them. So that's again the people who are interested in it. Of course, it's a little more steeper. I was selling at the show for $50. Now I'm going to leave it just for those people who are on Facebook only, will be able to get it still at the same price. Now, I don't really advertise it in case you want to know. Of course, then there's this one. This one came after Seeking Law and Universe, but in reality, it was actually the first thing I rewrote. I was never going to release it as a book. It's called The Universal Law of Creating the Prelude Righteousness. All it is really a whole bunch of prayers that I was writing down and some visions I was having, and I put together, and I decided to put under my Hebrew name, which is David Shimshon. Very thin, as you can tell, but it's an amazing book. But it was something I really wanted to keep to myself. I really didn't want to share it, but I mean, for the past 4 years, I kept on having these dreams that was really pushing me. And then finally I said, you know what, I'm just going to publish it, even though as a physical being I wasn't comfortable with it. But I decided just to listen to my higher self and just do it anyways. Okay, now we're going to go down to, which is called the Universal Law Creation Chronicle, which is the rest of the titles. As you see, right now, this is really one of the original covers. You can see this one, and Time of Illusion, and Illuminati, the one in the shadow, with the Secret Law. They all have almost the same kind of cover. You know, with the back, with my picture. This one, as you can see, just gives you more information. The only different word I've done with this, and this one's a lot more thicker. The Illuminati, the one in the shadow, is super thick. So, I was saying, the Illuminati. So we're going to go all the way back to the beginning. Okay, as you can see, the Universal Law of Creation, which is Secret Law of the Universe. This one is actually by Motivational Press, which it says right here. They have both Goldbart and I don't know what you call that. And I give a little more explanation. It's a smaller book. You can see its thickness. It's made by Motivational Press. But I would be very honest, Motivation is still selling it, whatever. The only problem I have is they made some errors, so I'm really no longer involved with them, but I get permission to sell my books. I have no problem with them selling my book. My name goes out there anyway, so it's not the issue. They have the wrong artist. They have Alfredo as the guy who did the cover for you, which it's not Alfredo. It's actually this guy called Abdul, and he was actually the cover art. Plus, also there was some little errors on the inside of the pages. The fonts are very different from this version, which this version matches all the other ones. This, I would say, it's more for the general public. People who are more into materialism, they only care about wealth. Well, the other one that I personally did, which is independently done, is the background's different, the fonts are different. It's geared more for people who are more spiritual. So, Secret Laws of the Universe, let's go and then I'll explain what each book represents. This cover, only about 3,000 was made. I'm left with, I think, maybe about another 18 copies left. All of them are mostly sold out. No longer being in print because it's been replaced by this cover. Because this was the cover I really wanted, but I realized it was too dark, so I called the company to make it lighter because I didn't want it to start, because the image in the back don't show, which also had a balance, just like a balance almost like this, but a different person. And I'm hoping to get a new one soon. So that replaced it, and this is called the Special Edition 2, or this is called the Special Edition. I'm very happy with this cover because if you notice here, this is called the Limited, which I had. This one was only at the Comic-Con, just like the other one right here. It only 50 copies was made. That one also, I've got about maybe 9 left. My original vision when I created this book was to have this face here, the whole galaxy, universe, stars. And finally, I found somebody in the United States, I'm in Canada, by the way, that actually was able to do exactly what I wanted, and I was so fascinated, which as you can see it. Again, I said it's more spiritual. The book doesn't only deal about how you can receive whatever you want. It also deals with why you lost control in creating what you want. Why some people are doing amazingly well in life, not just financially, just life, happiness, and why some people are not. I know some people where they just have, they're probably making less than $20,000, but are happy, enjoying life, and totally fun. And that is the point. You want to find happiness. And then I have people who are multi-millionaires. A friend of mine that are also happy, enjoying life. And then I have those who are multi-millionaires are totally miserable. So that whole book, that's what it really deals about, how to control your life and what you need to do, how you need to properly meditate. And there is no wrong and there's no right. Now let's go to Time Illusion. This version, what I've done is, because I want to honor my friend Alfredo, which all of you also know as Gabriel, which means he writes poems. Amazing person. So I decided to honor him by having these two covers. But these are called the unedited edition, means that they weren't played with, they weren't changed. They're exactly where I wrote it. So sometimes you might see some misspelling, like for example, when you say when you go in there, it's going to be T-H-E-R-E. I might have written T-H-E-I-R by mistake, or the word to, instead of writing T-O-O, I wrote it T-O, where it should be T-O-O. So just to give you an idea. And sometimes it's just a little things a little mixed. So I left it originally because a lot of people said they want to read an unedited version of my book. That's why I did. Of course, these two also I have in brand new covers, which I will be showing you in a minute. I'm just going to give you an idea to see what these covers look like. So I'm going to bring this one and this one with me right here into the computer because I haven't printed them yet. So this will give you an idea for this cover, the Unlimited. The limited version will have this cover. I hope it's not too bright because of what we're experiencing because of the sun. Of course, this is Time Illusion. And going back now to the Illuminati, the one in the shadow, which I just realized, sorry. There it is. This is what it would look like. That's going to be the edited version, so it gives you an idea. So I want to at least explain that. As you can tell, look, the Illuminati is much thicker. Time Illusion, let me give you a little more explanation about what Time Illusion is, a little more deals with. It deals a lot with it's actually a lot like The Secret, but it gives a more deep information about the spiritual realms, both the negative and the positive realm, which has about 7 levels each, and how it actually works and why each of us are being sent here. It also lets you know about the background people. Background people means that there's a lot of people out there, you can think I'm nuts about this, that you believe are real but don't really exist. We try to create them out of our mind. So that's another issue. I don't want to get too deep within the book. Now, let's go to Illuminati, the one, the shadow. Okay, the reason why I call it the Illuminati was not really supposed to be part of the title. It really was to be called the one, the shadow, but I thought using the word Illuminati would get people's attention even more. It deals about what a lot of people call elite groups. The whole concept you have is a total misconception. Once you read the book, you will understand why these groups are doing what they're doing. And we're talking about both, not only physical beings, we're talking also about spiritual entities from other dimensions, why they get involved. And what may seem evil to us is not really evil. It's just because our concept of evil is very different. It also deals a lot about what you're being taught about demons, angels. The whole reality doesn't exist. But entities do, spiritual entities do exist, and there's a big difference. So I get very, very deep into it. I don't want to reveal too much, but let's just say that a lot of questions you may have had or do have will be answered. But a lot of people, what they're doing right now, because have been following my orders, my sales, a lot of people ordering this one, not realizing that it has nothing to do with sales, not realizing that each of these books all have to be read in a certain order for you to understand each book. Or else you're going to think that you understand it without reading the other books. Each book we are represented. What I'm doing now for any of my fans out there that, for example, even though I may be doing well in sales, that maybe can't afford them all, I'm willing for a time limit, because it is going to be Hanukkah and it is going to be Christmas, that I'm willing to give you a package deal for this, and this, for you to get it, which would be at low cost. I'm not going to publicly say what it is, but I will be able to get it for you for an affordable price, because I'm working a deal with my publisher that I can get it for a lower cost, so you can get it also for a lower cost. But it is limited, which means I'm only going to be doing this for the first 100 people, and I'm going to stop actually this promotion by the middle of December. I won't give you the date, so I'm giving you guys a chance. Just contact me. You have to email me, and that's about it. So anyways, by the way, if there's any other question you guys have to ask me, because I do get a lot of questions, but something that I feel that everybody needs to, get out of it, please let me know. So besides that, have an amazing day.